the fuck is McClay? You're good. All right. The Bogcast, episode 26. This, that, and the other.
Hell yeah. Woo! Kill this.
You guys,
Oh, dude, I mean, sure.
To this camera right here.
To this camera.
Sick.
Sick.
All right.
There we go.
We did it.
All right, I posted too.
I kind of,
I feel
I'm
important
so
now.
used to the theme music starting. Can I do it by mouth?
I'll try to sync it up to that.
We don't have any within the ruins today.
Just waiting for the director. All right. This is the Bogcast, episode 26.
Sickness.
Hell yeah.
We have
26.
very fucking badass motherfuckers in the house, all the way from
did
LA, Los Angeles, California.
Amen.
Mr. Sam and Brian from this, that, and the other
Thank you, brother.
podcast.
What's
Thank you, man.
up?
Thanks for having us, man.
Fuck yeah, man. So how you guys doing? How you guys dealing with the heat today?
Fuck that heat, bruh.
I know I saw your story earlier,
Fuck
dude.
that heat.
It's
I'm
really,
over it.
it's not that bad in the shade, I gotta say. Like, once the sun, that's all right. But I prefer to be inside, for sure.
Well, that's why I
you
love
guys-
living here because it's all it's like the only forest in Phoenix, so it's all shaded.
Dude, I
here,
walked
so-
in, I'm like, you live in the rainforest.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah.
see how cool it gets when you walk in? It could be 105 out. You get in the apartment complex, it drops almost 15, 20
Yeah.
degrees.
Mad shit.
I could
noticed that.
I could take
Yeah.
Fabius for just like walks during the day, and it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, you can tell why they built like mad cities into walls and shit, like, and they have those sand cities out there that are like all under shade.
Oh, those
and
Native
stuff
American
like
off
that.
on the side of the cliffs and
You know
stuff.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
fucking
Like
A.
they use that shade to the maximum. You
Well,
know?
and they didn't have air conditioning.
Exactly.
No. Oh my
because they're
God.
cheap.
Yeah.
Native Americans are
Fucking-
notoriously cheap.
They just wanted it. They just wanted it handed to them. They were like, "Can you please
Fuck
give
this
us
heat though.
AC?"
On God, y'all are living a lie, bruh. Whoever's out in this bitch, y'all are not designed for
Hey,
Arizona.
yo,
Like,
we
you're not
lived here for a
supposed to-
minute.
You're not supposed to. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't supposed to happen. Like this is a bad place.
Hey,
was
but
a
it,
glitch
but
in
it
the
was,
system.
but it's been a cool year so far.
That's what I was telling Brian. is
Yeah.
that- So real quick.
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah.
That's the first thing that I thought today
Check.
or yesterday, because yesterday was the the anniversary of the record heat 122 day in 1990.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was 105 for a high yesterday, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? And again, it's high. Like, let's not play with our nuts here.
Yes.
Like, it's high.
Well, that's
but
15
compared-
degrees cooler.
That's crazy.
I
So
heard-
what that does is it makes it cool out at night. Kind of like that's why California can be so amazing.
Yeah.
Is because you get cool at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was one of the things that like really appealed to me about California is we were gonna get the double whammy no matter what.
It's been a
Like,
cold California summer. Like, dude, it's been raining and gray. It's
Weird.
not- yeah, it's been
so
weird.
weird.
It's been
It doesn't.
Really
It
weird.
doesn't even feel like summer out there right now.
No.
Like it
You
comes
guys
in.
need the rain though, right?
No, but see, the problem with that is, and I heard this
No.
from a fucking firefighter. Yes, we do. But when it hits a lot of rain, you get a lot of green, and then as soon as summer hits, all that green is brown, and someone
I
throws...
love when it's green there. I've only been there once when you're driving through and all the mountains are just fucking green right after.
But
That
that
fucking
shit
looks
burns
awesome.
in the summertime.
Yeah.
That's that shit
Yeah.
that burns.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's been nice, obviously, like having cooler weather.
Yeah.
Like, but it's been weird, and I guarantee you that's all across the board.
But as
that's
soon
not
as the
just
sun-
on the West Coast.
As soon as the sun would come out, it gets hot.
Yeah.
Like, quick.
Yeah.
But no, it's been going good. Other than that, other than the weather, yeah. I mean, it's been. I mean, for the most part, it's not why we're out here for fucking. we're
No,
not
I'm actually out here for a
great-
fucking funeral.
Yeah, we're not out here
Yeah,
for great
man.
things.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about all that.
That's
you know,
all right. He was a
so.
dick.
Well, at least you're doing this, my
Yeah.
friend. This is what you need right here.
Yeah.
This is what you need right here, man.
Yeah, we processed it last week on the show in a kind of, but like it was like halfway through the show, and then he was like, "Oh, wait a minute! Like, by the way, rest in peace." Like,
Yeah, I kind of stopped
in
and I was
the
like,
middle of the show. Like, we were on a good roll, and then he
and,
was
and it
like,
occurred to me, I was like, because we did shout outs at the beginning and stuff, and I was like, wow, man, oh yeah, I should have said something. I was like, fuck it, this isn't how it is.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Beyond the funeral, it's just nice to be out here. Not to speak for this guy, but I'm just saying, like, it's, even
Hey,
despite the heat.
I'm seeing some good old friends. Today I tattooed a good friend of mine. He was actually the first tattoo I ever did on a person.
Oh, wow.
Yo,
awesome.
was that the dude that you met at that party that randomly stopped you and was like, "You're the dude who tattooed me"?
No,
And he had
no,
a
no.
shitty tattoo. On
No. This is Marco. This is Marco.
Well, that's a valid because it was when he started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
When
saying? Like,
when people come up, I'm like, just.
and they show him
I
old
bet you
work.
most tattoo artists are like that.
But they like it. They're like, I love it. I'm like, let me touch it up. They're like, no.
Well, it's cool because it means something to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a
Yeah.
part of, like, one of the things, like, that makes me laugh about, like, him being a tattoo artist is he tattoos all of his ex-girlfriends. So all of his ex-girlfriends walk
Do you ever hide your
around with-
initials in the tattoo?
No, but they cannot help but think about me when you look at the tattoo.
Yeah.
You're fucking right.
You know, so I
Savage.
can forget.
It's another
But-
level of fucking
That
savagery.
is. You're
dog.
fucking right. Dude.
So I try to make sure to tattoo each and one of them. Yeah.
Where do you tattoo out in Mesa?
But do you tattoo them when
Next
they're
wave.
already exes?
Next wave?
Well,
No.
Oh, because that
No,
would
no,
be
no.
even extra savage.
Hey, Exactly. Nah.
I've tattooed girls that were friends with benefits, over those courses, and they try to get hookups,
Smash
but I'm
buddies,
like,
if you
I'm
will.
like,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
hookups. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care.
Slam
I'd pay you
clams.
if I came to
Oh.
your bar. I'd fucking tip the shit out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That brings me to a quick question. I was watching this YouTube channel, this YouTube video, and they were talking to artists, and one of the questions came up about, is it okay to tip a tattoo artist? And I'd never even heard that question ever be mentioned.
Really? That's
And
weird.
always in my head, it was like, fucking A, that's not even a question.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And
yeah.
these artists, and a couple artists said, they can do it if they want. And I'm like, what? Am I
Yeah.
hearing this?
Well, look, yes.
Have you ever not been tipped?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
All the time.
Really?
But by people that
Well, you're in a.
Well, I could break it down by race. I could break it down by class. I could break it down by gender.
You want it, we got it.
I mean,
Let's do it.
Dude, I've
This
tattooed
is
for.
I wanna hear it.
7-Eleven of rants. You
I've
want to
tattooed-
rant, dog?
I've tattooed people for 15 years. I'll tell you when they come in. I'll be like,
what
the
show is
chances
this?
of that guy, fucking, yeah, no.
But you're doing it in like Hollywood. I mean, some fucking people are fucking coming in probably wasted and shit, or
Yeah, those
like,
people are a lot of people are wasted.
probably coming in fucking, and they're just like fuck,
Dude,
not
what,
tippers and shit.
one of the artists the other day had to beat up a guy in front of the subway next to the shop
oh my god.
because we finally said no to public, letting people use the public restroom, and the first guy we said no to ended up having to fight. Like he got mad, and homeboy, one of our guys, he's a big guy, he can't fight, so he just kept tackling him. He just kept tackling him through chairs in front of a barbershop in front of the subway. It was crazy.
Damn, you see on your story, man. I see that you see all kinds of crazy shit down there. Fucking, you
Yeah.
see Ron Jeremy crash his car or something?
Yeah, he was in his PJs.
Oh,
He
yeah, that
fucking
was
wrecked his
crazy.
That's
car.
hilarious, bro.
Yeah,
Did he
yeah.
run?
No, he was
Oh,
cool.
fuck.
It
He
was
couldn't because of the size of his massive dog. It's like, I can't leave the scene.
he looked like a kangaroo running backwards.
Ah, there you go. A poet.
I was gonna say I know how that feels, man. I just went through it.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know. But yes, sorry. We.
That's what I thought. Are you talking about your dog?
Yeah, me too. I was
'Cause
like,
I
whoa.
was talking about my car crash.
I was like,
Chris,
that. Yeah.
You've seen it.
I was like, that squirt shirt takes a whole nother meaning.
Yeah.
With the massive dong.
Yeah.
Dude, so what happened? Well, you got in a car accident?
Got in a fucking car accident on the way here.
What?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
What happened?
I was coming down Indian school, and Keith had just called me and said, "Hey, it fell through. I can't. I'm not gonna go. For whatever reason, it doesn't. It happens."
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I was coming to pick him up to go to this bar, and I'm stopped at. I go to stop at the light to turn right, and two cars in front of me. And as I'm stopping, the truck in front of me is taking off. So I kind of let up a little bit to
Yeah.
continue going, and he throws on the brakes because the car in front of him threw on the brakes. I didn't even have time to put
Yeah.
the brakes on. So I smashed my head, man. I got a
Oh,
fucking big
Jesus.
old
Oh,
thing
is
on
that
my
what
head.
that is?
Yeah.
I was like,
fuck.
dude, I thought you had the herp. I wasn't
No.
gonna say anything.
Dude,
man.
to be honest, bro, like I'm so fucking pissed right now that that might have been better at this point. As long as I could fucking treat it with medication, I
Right.
might be fucking cool.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
But
but
anyways,
I've done the same exact thing. Guy pull away, I look, and then dunk, fucking.
well, here's the worst part.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple worse
You
parts.
came out safe. That's why I'm
Yeah,
happy.
I
But
did
this
come out
part of the
safe.
story is
Yeah.
funny.
So I don't smoke when I drive. As a matter of fact, I put the cannabis in the trunk, right?
Okay.
Just because I'm like, if I get pulled over, it's not
You
like
just don't want any shit.
it's not like California where
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah,
cops
like
are
you
assholes
hippies.
here. Yeah,
But even in
cops are
California,
assholes.
if they feel like it, they'll use that against you. You
Okay.
DUI.
Yeah. Because they can just blood test you, right?
Yeah. At this point, they'll do whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, even just having it, if they really wanted to,
If
if you
it's-
rub them the wrong way, like they'll fucking do it.
Yeah, if
But it's smart to
smells-
have it in the back of the trunk.
Yes. So as soon as it happens, I'm like, that's the first thing I think. I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Like, so I jump out the car, and I'm sure the guy thought like, dude, what is this dude doing? Because I jumped out the car, threw the trunk up, and there was a dude that kind of
He
witnessed.
probably thought you were taking a gun out.
or that I was taken off. But I'm
Yeah.
a big motherfucker. I'm not running
Right.
anywhere.
Right,
I'm
right.
not running from the cops, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm not running, and it's not happening. So, anyways, I'll
I'll
Because
run.
of his massive dong.
and I got 2 blunts in the back, and they're fucking got each half a gram of crumble in them.
Oh,
and
you're
I
like,
was
"Yeah, they're
looking
dank."
forward. I was looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it.
So you butt stuffed it?
No.
No.
Well, that's so funny because we said you ate them. Like that was
That's
Keith's
my-
first
that's
thing.
what-
That's
like,
what I thought. I just said butt stuff to be funny,
Yeah.
but you
but
ate
it's
it.
even
No.
better. It's even better.
So dude walks up and
Not really.
And yeah, a dude walks up that was a witness, and he goes, "You okay?" And I go, "Yeah." And I go, "Do you smoke?" And he goes, "No." And I just, because I was gonna hand it to him, go, "Here, just Merry Christmas."
Yeah.
He goes, "No." So I just looked down. There's a drain there. I just threw it in the drain. Here's the worst part. Guy I hit, fucking
Worst
nothing
being
happened to him. It
relative.
was a truck, a big, huge truck. His bumper took most of it, and there's really not anything wrong.
Yeah,
My car is fucked, total. I
because the
can't-
bumper's higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's fucking like a nurse, and he's just worried to see if I'm okay, dude. Because I fucking hit the
He's
steering
got a
column.
flashlight in your shit.
He's like, he could tell, like I saw sparks, I saw all that stuff,
Right.
Fuck.
but he's like, I'm not gonna. He's like, I'm like, are you gonna call the cops? And he's like, why? And like, do you mind helping me push my car into the parking spot?
Is that
Oh,
fucked?
sick! It was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
bad.
Yeah. So he helped me push it into the parking lot, so the cops didn't even come.
Wow.
So I threw away the weed.
He probably would have smoked it with you.
Exactly.
No!
and so then I had to call an Uber, and I'm like pissed already. I just got in a car accident.
Your head hurts. Yeah.
My head hurts. I want to smoke weed, and I'm mad. The Uber driver pulls up, and you can tell this dude is doused, man. He is fucking stoned.
Yeah.
And I go, "You
Most Uber
smoke?"
drivers are.
And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Fucking, do you have anything, man?" And I told him my story. He goes, "No, dude, I just fucking had it." He goes, "But if you want to stop somewhere, I can stop." You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, dude, that's cool."
Fuck that. Take me home.
Yeah, I was pissed.
That sucks, man. Like
I was
when he
pissed.
told me that, and I came back, and he was like, "You got into a car
Yeah.
accident," and I was like, "On the way to pick us up,
Yeah.
like, or like, to come and grab us for the thing."
But
like,
I want to just take a quick minute to tell this story. So I call the fucking insurance company because I just want to get my car towed. My car's got a salvage title. I'm fucking being a Bogart.
Oh.
Smoke that.
I didn't want to say anything.
He's all camping out with his stories.
no, I was enthralled.
My
I
car's
was
got a
enthralled.
salvage title, right? So I call them and they're like, "No, you only pay for liability. You don't get any like towing services."
Oh.
But they didn't tell me that at first. They fucking told me they just put the key in the middle console and you're good. And if the call breaks up, we'll call you back. Call
Yeah.
broke up. They didn't call me back.
Mm.
So I get home and
What kind of bullshit is that?
right. I get home.
What insurance is this? Let's hold on. Put him on blast.
I'm gonna put them on blast. I'm gonna play the phone call recording I recorded. it.
Oh,
shit.
You're like, what's your name?
Hell yeah.
Close.
I record all my calls because of you.
Close. Yeah. So I call the fucking insurance company. I'm fucking like I'm shaking at this point just because when you get into something like that, you kind of like I
That
just
adrenaline.
You seem nervous telling the story.
I was, dude, and
He's got PTSD. What you talking
yeah,
about?
dude, that's what the fucking
Dude,
concussion
I'm
and
worried.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't go to
honestly worried
sleep.
about that,
Yeah,
man.
That's
I'm
the first
worried,
thing
bro.
he said.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So so I get home. I'm just shaking. I'm like, the first thing I think of is like, thank God for fucking cannabis, man. Thank God for cannabis.
Truth.
I was so pissed. I was so mad at the world, man. I just wanted to break shit. Like, I was so mad at the world. So the first thing I did, I rolled up a quick blunt. I smoked a blunt out back with my brother and just fucking, it calmed me down. And I'm like, okay, now let's just fucking get it figured out. I got to get my car towed. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's been towed or not. So I call back the insurance company and she goes, "You don't have towing." And I'll play it from there.
Well, yeah,
And you're
which
like,
is crazy. Like,
bitch.
like when you think about it, because that's one of those things that you get outlined right at the beginning. Like that's something that they either tell you or don't tell you, or like.
Yeah, you got roadside, you got this, like
Exactly.
you know. Oh no, you do not have rental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate dealing with the insurance companies, man. Like, no, even when it comes
Well,
down
especially
to
after you just got your head smashed
You
into
know
the
who?
fucking steering
I'm
wheel.
sorry. The only one that I do like that I've used is USAA. Love USAA.
All right, here we go. We got the call. Man, and he recorded it too, which is crazy. I don't record anything on the phone. Like I never think about doing.
Yeah, I definitely apologize, especially given your loyalty.
Oh wait, fuck.
Giving his loyalty.
I know, dude. What do you get on your knees?
The different call.
There was no one
All right, here we go.
sent out to assist as of yet because it is an out-of-pocket expense for your service today. Based on where you want to take the vehicle. Do you know where you want to take the vehicle?
No, I don't. I guess
Without that information, we cannot move forward.
it's an out-of-pocket expense. So, like, I guess what do I pay for? I know I only have liability, but isn't like I have never called and had my car towed anywhere. The whole time I've been with Farm Bureau since I was 15 years old.
Damn.
And here I am that I need it once, you know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I definitely apologize, especially given your loyalty. So, also given your loyalty, I would advise that you speak with customer service. They may be able to
This is what sets me off.
override the
Right,
system
right.
or provide you with something more, given how long you've been with the company.
Yeah,
You know, we have the ability to look that kind of information up.
that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so this is what pisses me off right here.
Well,
She
as
fucking
of
tells
right now,
me-
I don't believe they're open because it's late.
So, like, how is that gonna help? Like, you don't tell somebody to
Damn.
call customer service to see if they can help you with this matter, and then tell them it's closed. Just next time, remember that. Next time, remember that, because that fucking sucks, especially when you've just been in a fucking accident. That really fucking sucks.
Please refrain from using cuss words. I do apologize. Profanity is not accepted on this platform.
I hate that.
I understand.
Fucking hung up on her.
I hate
What
when
is
they
she
do
gonna
that.
give me at that point? She's
So-
getting me nothing.
Nothing. You're arguing with a brick wall at that
So
point- at
she
that
told
point.
you, I'm
I'm
going to get
fucking
you customer
shaking, dude.
service.
But they're closed.
I was gonna say you can
I'm
you
shaking,
can hear
dude.
on the fucking call like how
I don't
fucking
like seeing you like this, bro. Fuck.
yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. Fuck the insurance company.
sorry,
Right?
man.
That's
Yeah.
fucking shit we pay for. So
Oh, they'll try to nickel and dime.
yeah, like why do I fucking pay? And I understand. I have been on just liability for like 6 months because I got into a accident like 2 years ago, and they were like, "Oh, we got to put that as a fucking salvage title." But you're cool. We're just gonna give you liability.
Right.
But I've been with that fucking company, that same fucking dude since I was 15.
Since you were 15. That's
38.
crazy.
So that's how much money a year?
Yeah.
You know,
fucking
and
ridiculous.
then you're like, guys, get my fucking toe.
Who is this again?
We got to start an insurance.
Yeah.
company,
What's
guys.
the insurance? What's the insurance company? So we
Farm
can-
Bureau.
All right.
Farm Bureau.
Fuck you, Farm
Yeah.
Bureau.
Fuck
That's
you,
from us.
Farm Bureau.
That's
Fuck
from
you,
the this,
Farm
that, and the
Bureau.
other
Fuck you.
team. You
Yeah.
can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
and if you
fuck
want to
yourself.
fight us, you can find us at the dumpster behind the 7-Eleven and Subway.
All you
dude.
got to do
Yep,
is
right by the
cuss at
Goodwill
them.
where the car was.
Yeah.
All you got to do is cuss at them. Never
Punk,
get all
hit me
upset.
with some applause. Oh shit, that's not our. We're in the. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, different
show we're on.
podcast.
We're
Yeah.
on different
Wrong
podcast.
podcast.
But good. No, and in the end, though, it's good that you came out clean, homie. At least in the fact that you're,
Yeah,
you're healthy.
I'm
there's no
okay.
con-
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the craziest thing. So up until just like maybe 10 years ago, I used to be the person that would just be angry, fucking want to go fight somebody. But over the past 10 years, all the things that happened, I've kind of like took a step towards the mental health bullshit. And as soon as I smoked that joint, my anger went phew.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because it makes you kind of process it a little better.
Oh yeah.
And I'll gotta be honest, I was fucking pissed at this motherfucker. Because for no reason of his, because in my mind, the first thing I think is, if I wasn't going to pick Keith up, I wouldn't even be going down that street.
I had a hard lot of guilt of that last
I
night.
felt bad because I was like, hey, let's go, and then Blake hit me up and was
I
like,
don't
hey,
feel-
let's
I had
go
nothing
and
to do
go,
with it,
like,
no.
and then so in a way, yeah.
I was pissed, dude. I was mad, and I remember I told my brother I was like, like this. I smoked that joint. I processed it. The first thing I think in my head is like, all right, first of all, Keith's your fucking best friend. He wouldn't want to see you fucking wreck your car.
True.
Second of all, I'm sure if he knew that you wrecked your car, he'd be feeling shitty right now. And he's your best friend. What, are you going to be pissed at him?
Come on.
You know what I mean? He would never. And then I thought to myself, this probably happened for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Let's fucking throw it on the karma scale. Let's fucking just figure it out.
I like that.
Do some extra work, get the shit figured out, and learn from it.
Yeah, for sure.
5 years ago, 10 years ago,
That wouldn't have happened.
wouldn't have happened, bro.
Yeah,
You'd
because
have
I
been
mean,
Because of
swinging.
this shit right here.
I mean, it's like saying you get mad at the breakfast burrito that you
Yeah.
were hungry for, and then like you throw it out the window. You're like, "Fuck you, breakfast burrito! I came out here to get you, and I wrecked my car."
Well, it's also unfortunate,
Bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things that, like, isn't
True.
Like, you weren't,
That's
like,
Hey,
exactly.
thanks. I like
That's
that.
exactly,
Thanks,
no,
Sam.
you're exactly fucking right, man.
I needed that.
my guy.
Hey, yeah.
Nice.
I didn't
Nice
fucking sleep last night because of it. I'm not even kidding. I was like fucking sad. I was almost
That's
crying.
why
and
I
shit.
didn't contact you until I had processed it, because as soon as I processed it, and even you can even tell in our text, I'm like, dude, don't even fucking
No,
worry
I know.
about it.
Yeah, you
Dude.
were already at the karma wheel.
I once hit an old lady, not in a car. She was an old lady crossing.
Walking the street.
Walking the
Oh, damn,
street.
you're going to tell
I thought
this?
you get jail
telling
time for
this
that.
about this one?
Don't you go to
Huh?
jail
Well,
for that?
thank you, bro.
No,
that fucking helps. That
no.
fucking helps.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
there you go.
And I was on. It was first thing in the morning. Talk about shakes, man. I had to. I had an appointment to go to, and I still drove all the way home, and which then like fucking had a little freak out, and then had to drive to the appointment because I hit an old lady. She was
What
going to
happened?
work.
Was she cool?
No, I broke her leg.
Nah, she sucks.
No,
Good thing he hit her because she's a Nazi. She was the furthest thing from cool.
Actually, she was-
Oh, I'm sorry. He's telling the story wrong. This one time, I saved everybody from a fucking Nazi and I ran this bitch over. Nah, she was some old lady, dog.
No, she was going to work. Yeah, she was walking her ass to work. She was even old. I'm sorry. She was probably middle aged. She was some fat Mexican lady. I drove up to the fucking intersection, and you know when you pull up and it was morning traffic, so it's so I come up, nobody this way, right? Nobody that way. Sidewalk curved in though. I look back. I'm waiting. It's taking a while, so I look back. An opening goes. All right. When I look. You know, you hit that, you let go of the brake and you go for the gas. I looked forward as I was doing that, and she was she was this far away from my fucking car. She was walking, I had already passed the crosswalk. I was sticking my nose out. She took her happy ass around the front of my car.
Fuck.
And bro, so as soon as I went, she jumped her ass on my car, threw her fucking 32 ounce at my window.
She was looking for somebody like you to fucking pull a scam on.
I hit the brake. She slides off the hood, lands, cracks her fucking femur or whatever this fucking bone is, right? Her shin bone.
Maybe not. Maybe she wasn't looking for a scam.
Maybe at the beginning, and then God was like, yo, you want to play games, bitch?
Yeah.
Karma.
Karma. Yeah,
Karma.
we're going to play.
So-
I'll give you that check, but you going to earn it.
Yeah. So I fucking back up because she's almost underneath my bumper. I back up. And this time, now her tits are all up in her face, and she's going, ah! Ah! Just like rolling.
And that's his
Screaming.
third proudest moment. You don't want to hear the first one. But
And so now I'm like, I take my phone out. I'm like, you're okay. I'm sorry. And then people, this is rush hour, Mormontown. Everyone stops. Everyone gets out. Everyone takes their phones out and starts calling 911. I'm like, I got it, guys. I got it. I'm calling. Everyone had to be a witness. You know, no.
it's like, I know how
Where
to
is
set a
this
broken
at?
bone.
This was in Mesa.
Oh, Mesa.
In Mesa, I'm thinking this is in L.A.
Oh,
No.
no, this was here.
This is in Mesa.
How
this
long
was what,
ago?
like
This was.
What were the
8
crossroads?
years ago or something,
Just
right?
kidding.
Almost 10 years.
10 years ago?
Yeah, almost 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years. Almost 9. Let's say 9. So yeah, fucking broke her leg. Even the ambulance people, when they got there, they took because I'm like, is she all right? Because she kept screaming.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And when the ambulance people came, they were putting her away. The guy came by. I'm like, is she all right? And he's like, dude, she's fucking just going over the top. This is like way too much. Like, she shouldn't be screaming like this. She's making a big deal out of it.
Thank God for that ambulance dude. If there's any ambulance
That-
dudes out there, do that shit.
That helped me, man, because
Fuck
I was like,
yeah.
I was freaking. I was freaking. I just hurt someone. I was like, not feeling good about it.
yeah.
And so anyway, I gave all my insurance stuff. So this is the second part of it. I tell the cops, I'm like, look, man, I said, I'm about to pull out. I'm this far out. The fucking thing was blinking, don't walk. Okay. That's why people start slowing down. Like, that's why everything happened.
Yes.
And he goes, okay. He lets me go. I go back home. I have my little flip out. I go to my fucking appointment. On my way back, my ex-wife, by the way, this is a long story. My ex-wife hits me up. She goes, the cop's here. He's waiting outside for you. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah. She's waiting outside. So I'm freaking at this point. Now
She's waiting outside?
No, the cops.
The
waiting.
cops.
Oh.
So now my hands, I'm driving. Talk about trembling. So I get home and the
cop's like, hey, I heard you pull out. Nice. and they high five.
And I was like,
They were
yeah.
Yeah. And they high
And it was a
five
great
each other.
moment.
I high five my wife. I high five the cop. I was down. Well, no, I wasn't.
So, no, he gave me a ticket. He said he sat there and that I should have checked like
Was it the
another
same
time.
cop?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that motherfucker.
He sat there after I left and said, nah, you should have checked again. And honestly, when you look, it's one of those sidewalks that doesn't go against the road. It's like at the crosswalk, then it cuts in, and then there's trees, and then it cuts behind the trees. So whatever. And then months later, the insurance hit me up, and my premium went up a little bit. I took an online class.
Yeah.
How to not hit people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you
5
have to
hours.
pay? Do you have to pay a fine?
Dude, I was no. The ticket,
Fuck.
the ticket, just to take, which was an online class, which
yeah,
took
so
the thing
like
down.
$250.
Exactly.
He
Fuck
went to
yeah.
learnhowtodrive.com.
Yeah, fuck
He
yeah.
went to killoldladies.com.
Dude, I was playing
Not
Xbox
kill old
as I'm
ladies.
taking a test, just for the next,
Was it a comedian? Oh, they do tests. They don't even do where you go to the class.
No, it was
Oh,
online.
no, online now.
Holy shit.
5
America,
hours.
right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is fucking genius.
And
I
then-
wish I would have thought of that.
And then their insurance contacted me, which they shouldn't be. They should be contacting my
Yes.
insurance. They contacted me. Were like, do you have any other insurance companies that you have? They were like trying to hit me up, and I said, don't talk to me. Talk to my insurance.
fucking smart on your part.
And then,
I wouldn't have thought of that.
No. You don't talk to anybody. And then they called me and said that, and they asked me, hey, like, do you? And I was like, well, no, I only pay for one insurance. It's you guys. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, fucker.
Are they allowed to do that, insurance companies?
Yeah, you can get as many insurance plans as you want.
No, I mean, can they call you and are they supposed to?
They weren't supposed to, probably.
Yeah.
They probably
that's
weren't.
yeah.
Because in the end, that can all come back like litigation wise in
Yeah.
court or some shit.
Yeah.
They can be like, we were on the phone with them and they told me.
Yeah,
that they were
she
gonna
could
be $1
get
million.
double
was smart.
money.
Yeah,
She can go after both
That's what
insurance.
she was trying to do. And honestly, like I said, I felt horrible, but she should not have walked around. Look, if the car is past the fucking crosswalk, do not walk around in front when the dude is doing this.
looking to turn.
Dude.
Yeah.
Walk behind it.
Did you guys become Facebook friends?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No.
I
Him
banged-
and the cop.
No, the chick she hit.
the chick I hit, I banged
Yeah,
her
we
daughter.
grab beers every Friday. Me and that cop.
Nah.
He's married to my ex-wife.
Maybe
No,
maybe see the progression of how she healed. I don't know.
No, after I hit her, I went and banged her daughter, and I was like, hey, call it.
Hey, hey.
Stole her pills.
But yeah, well, we were what?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm hitting
Oh.
people, traffic, horrible.
Insurance.
Yeah, so my premium went up for like 3 years, I believe. I'm back down to normal.
Yeah, so overall, insurance is just a bad scam, but it's one of those things that ends up being
You
good.
kind of need it, though.
Like,
sometimes.
yeah, like in the end, like, and it takes you a while to realize that, especially in scenarios like that, even though, again, like, they didn't cover what you were specifically looking for.
Have you ever seen anybody or met anybody that's made a ton of money off insurance, like a claim?
I made one. That was so long ago, so they can't get me for it. It's like when I was a
Yeah,
teenager.
7 years.
But no, my
what do they call that?
My guitar got stolen, but it was out of a bed of a truck, not from the inside of the truck. So they tried to not get me, and I was like, no, it was inside. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
statute of
statute of
limitations.
limitations.
Yeah, pot.
No. I forgot
But
I
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna say
Just
something.
to finish.
I was gonna say
I told the insurance company they got the guitar from inside the thing, and I told them it was triple what it was worth.
Hell yeah.
I got,
That's what you're
um,
supposed to do. Good on you.
God,
I
Fuck
got
them.
hit. I got hit
Yeah.
twice in the same month. So before like I could fix it the first time, so I got a like $3,000. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I remember you telling me that. Like something.
So I was
about
like,
that.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm an
Well,
upstanding
but that's-
citizen, and I
but
pay
I
all
kinda
my
like-
Was
taxes.
it worth $3,000?
Yeah, because it was like little fender benders. I just got tapped on the freeway twice,
Okay.
and it wasn't my fault. And
Right.
so I got 2 checks to fix it, and you know what I mean?
Oh my
Does that
god.
make sense?
Oh my god, I just
That kinda
forgot.
makes sense.
When
Yeah,
we first
yeah.
moved to LA,
So I was able
remember-
to keep one check and use the other check to pay for all the damages. So.
Remember
Yeah.
when I first
That's
moved
sick.
when I first moved to LA, that kid who sideswiped me with his dad's car?
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh my god. I
Well, it
forgot
wasn't.
about
It was
this.
just like a good like hustle.
It was like he came, he sideswiped
don't hate the
me.
hustle, man.
He came out. He was with a bunch of friends. I got his information. I got his ID. I got everything. His dad contacts me. Me and his dad gets together. I go get it appraised. They tell me it's like $1,700. He gave me, or it was like.
No, you got it appraised, and then you were like, well, I think I'm going to tell him that it's more than what it was appraised for.
Well, no, I just told him the appraisal, and he gave me the cash.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. I just told him the appraisal, and it was like $1,200 to $1,400 somewhere in there, and he's like, "I'll just give you $1,000." And
dude, no insurance, nothing.
My truck's all banged up, paid off. I was like, cool, give me $1,000.
I had the same type of thing happen. Me and my buddy Todd, we were coming home from a bar one night, and we're driving, and there's this drunk guy with his woman in a truck. This shit kicker and down in fucking the north side. And he's drunk and he's just swerving, and he hits me, but he just fender benders me, like just barely touches me. Yeah. But he tries to take off. Oh. So I chase him, right? And the dude's fucking trying to take off, but he's swerving all the place. And I just pull up next to him, and my buddy's like, "Dude, you're fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna call the cops right now."
Yeah, like this would have been easy.
And so the guy's like, "Okay, I'll pull over here." So we pull over, and my buddy's like, "Dude, just tell him to go pull $1,000 out of his fucking account right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Or you're going to call the cops." And I'm like, all right. This is when I was like, I don't know, 22 or something like that.
No,
extorting people.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't think.
I mean, that's an option. You're literally giving them an option.
Yeah, and
like,
his woman's like, fuck them, kick their ass. And the dude's like, shut the fuck
bitch,
up.
Yeah, I'm
shut
hammered.
the fuck up. Yeah,
you stupid bitch.
I'm going to get fucked right now.
He's like,
if a
you
cop
kick
comes.
their ass.
Yeah. So he fucking just got the money and goes, and I just went. And we went
gangster.
Score.
Nice. Well, it's an option.
And I bet you he was fucking happy for it too.
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ, Meredith. Like you don't understand.
You have
like,
no clue.
That would have been $10,000 easy for him.
Absolutely. Yeah. The breathalyzer, everything. Like
just went through all that bullshit.
As a guy, exactly. We know how much that fucking shit costs. Bro.
Actually, I owe $50 on my court fine still.
They're coming back for you for that still?
No, I'm saying like that's all I owe is I have one $50 payment, and then my court fines for my DUI are all paid off.
Oh, sick! Yeah. Congratulations, man. I know that's a tough
Thank you.
fucking bitch to kind of climb up. You know,
yeah. With the breathalyzer, that's the worst part. Right?
Well, the thing that I was gonna say too was just like talking about how karma's. You mentioned karma being a scale, and like what's cool about that is like a scale dependent on you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so like your
100%.
version of whatever karma is, like I've done my fair share of stuff. I hit somebody once and he didn't call the insurance company. It was a little bump, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, look, what am I going to do? Why am I going to call that thing? Yeah. Every moment or type of thing like that happens. Yeah. Like with the moment when you're having that shaken moment and you're about to decide, that's the type of scale you're about to use to weigh. Yes. And you're like, what is this? What happened? How am I going to try and take this as it is? And you're like, well, you know what? Whatever this teaches me for what it was. Yep. I didn't kill the old lady. I didn't die.
You have to sit there and say to yourself, like, okay, and not only like what I do to other people, but what I do to myself. Like, am I fucking with myself? Dude, I've been in a fucking rut lately, man. Like, serious fucking rut, man. I've been having these panic attacks. I've never had panic attacks, hardcore panic attacks, and just fucking crazy shit going on. You know what I mean? And I think it's like, this is karma going, hey, we've been trying to tell you. Yeah. But now we're going to fucking force you to get out of that fucking rut. And it's going to cost you your fucking car, but we're going to force you to get out of this fucking rut.
Crazy,
so let's fucking do it.
You definitely grow in times of when it's like hard.
And it's still an option, which is crazy. Yeah. Like fate is an option. It's always going to be like, look, homie.
That's such a great fucking way to say it. Fate is an option.
Like you're at that point where it's like, all right, dog, like, cool, we're going to force you. And even at that point, you could still be like, man, it's only getting worse from here. Like, woe is me. Like, set the noose up, dog. Like, but you didn't. Yep. And you were like, what's up, dog? Like,
fate
I'm
is
alive.
An option, dude. It is. You're right.
I'm the big squirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like that's for
Thank
me.
You
like
to Will Kenny on this one right here.
There you go. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, with the DUI and the stuff like that, like those were decisions. Those were things like even no matter what, we could have said and done what we wanted to. I used to try and tell myself, well, I was just doing it because I wanted to go and help a buddy or do this, and you're just like, no, homie. Like when it comes down to it, you did what you did. Yeah. And like I'm in a rut too. I've been in a rut myself. Like and like I even broke my knuckle, and like that was
That
a
was a
scale
tough
that
time.
presented to me, and
Yeah.
I didn't choose right still, even at that point. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like it took me even coming out to this trip, like, and
I
even
was
the
gonna
week
ask
before the
you,
trip.
Just really quick, I meant to ask you how your knuckle is.
It's fine.
I meant to ask
I'm
you
a
about that.
mutant.
It's better now.
He's
It's
got a second
got
knuckle
a
on
healing
that hand.
factor.
Yeah,
got
no,
a
it's
healing
fine.
You took
factor.
care of it though, right? They got.
Well, by the time I went to the X-ray
was-
people, they were like,
they
"It's
were-
already set."
It was so. It was
Yeah.
like a
And
month.
now you're fucked.
Well, you know what I was really concerned about? Did you guys ever read that book in elementary school about the dude who fell out of the tree and he broke his leg and then he died because the bone marrow got into his bloodstream? It was like that book that you had to
No.
read in English all the time. It was like my
No.
fair
No,
weather.
I don't
Y'all
know
motherfuckers
that
know
one.
how to read? No,
That's a
Y'all
little dark.
books,
That's
motherfucker.
that's a little dark.
Do you read? Yeah, no, shit was
I was
gangster.
thinking like Humpty Dumpty. What the fuck?
Yeah, what fuck school is this?
But no, thank you. My hand's good. But yeah, even that was like really tough. Like even going to jail and like going through all of like what I've going through. Like it's been a tough it's been a tough year in that sense. Like as far as everything else that's been going, like it's been going fine. Money's been being made, you know, I'm learning and doing what I want to do. But karmically or you know, by whatever scale or fate or what you call it, something's not going right.
Yes.
And it keeps popping up and
And
it
you have
keeps
to
on
figure
Well,
out
moving.
what
those
it
are
is.
just I see those when I see people making bad decisions. When
that
I
it,
start
Brian?
when I start having a bad time.
A separate piece. Oh, you guys
Thank
have
you,
a
Jamie.
sick fucking
Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you,
We
Shout
have
out
a
to
Jamie,
Jamie.
but ours is Jane, and she doesn't look anything up.
Janie.
But she
Janie.
cooks and
Janie, you should call her
cleans.
She's
Jamie.
Janie.
Yeah, yeah. She has
Yeah.
a separate piece. Yeah, Homeboy falls out the tree at the end, and he dies.
I like to
So,
call him sexy, Jamie.
I want to ask you guys what you guys were talking about. You were down here when that happened. What made you guys decide to go to LA?
That's a good question.
The baby.
Dude, the marshals were on my tail.
Yeah, we're trannies.
Get the
That's why we
fuck
both
out.
have. That's
Get
why,
the fuck out of here, man.
that's why we have long hair. But no, I mean I know
Yeah.
long hair gang.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty much just like interesting enough. I think maybe it was like a rut.
Yeah.
I think there was like a point.
I was bored because I was living. I had my house. I was doing well.
He had just broken up. He wasn't. He
I was doing well enough where I was just like, I can do this for the rest of my life, where it's easy. I'm making money, like I was making enough money and making money and paying all my bills and doing well. And I was like, I don't want to do this every day though. Work was like half a mile down the road.
Yeah.
No.
Everything was perfect. You had a little dime piece. Like everything was good. It just
and you're just
crawled
talking
out
from
of-
tattooing, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
From tattooing and shit you're talking about?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
tattooing.
making money.
Yeah, I was just making money.
Had a nice
I bought my
girlfriend.
house at the
What same shop that you go back to?
Yeah,
or is it
yeah,
different
yeah,
shop?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
shop was it again?
Next Wave
Do you know
Tattoo.
that one? Next Wave Tattoo?
In Mesa.
Next Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I work when I'm in town. Where I used to work when I.
But
was
yeah,
there.
it was a rut. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
Where's that
saying.
at? Where's that at?
Mesa.
In Mesa.
Alma School and like university
Okay.
area. I forget. I
Bum
forget.
fuck Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, my house is right there, but
Bum
yeah,
fuck,
I
bum
had
fuck
to-
Egypt.
Dude, Mesa, here's the thing about Mesa. Mesa is quiet as fuck. It might have all the shit that goes on there, but it is quiet.
Yeah, well, that's
It
why
might
it's
be
kind of
too
cool.
quiet.
It's kind of cool that I'm next to Tempe because I'm right there on the border of like Tempe, Mesa. So like,
It's a nice place. I kid and I shit on it,
Your
but I
area's
really enjoyed
quiet,
my
dude.
time there. Like it was a nice little area. Like there wasn't a lot of traffic.
Where were you from?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm from Virginia. So
they
I
found him in the forest.
well
He's what do they call those? The elves? The
Fae.
yeah, the Fae.
No, he's
There
a
you
Fae.
go.
I'm like
Yeah.
Gandalf the Grey,
Yeah.
but not as tall.
Fae
He's
folk.
Gandalf the Gay.
Fae folk,
I'm
yeah.
Gandalf the Gay. So I mean, funny enough, I'm from Virginia, but essentially what happened was Rob, a buddy of ours, from the job we used to work at, you know, he used to be security at the bar. I used to cook at the bar, and Rob used to bar back at the bar. And so Rob was living at his house at the time with his ex-girlfriend, not with her.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
maybe with her.
I
That's
had
probably why
the
she
house
left,
had
but-
enough rooms
I
that
mean,
I
that's
was
cool.
But it's a
renting
big
out.
house. It's got a couple
Yeah.
rooms.
Yeah,
He
no,
was-
it's
he was
something we
helping
were
out.
into, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, you know, and the reason why I say Sarah's name, because I have a special spot for her because she's the reason I'm in that house. In a way, she's the reason why I'm even out this far is because she was like, "Hey, I have a buddy."
She
like
was no,
Rob.
she was drunk, And fucking then I woke up one morning and all you motherfuckers were drunk in my kitchen.
I
and
wasn't
then,
drunk.
And then asked me. Well, I don't know what was going on.
Rob
with
and
you.
I weren't drunk.
I
I
don't
called
even know.
Rob at like 2 a.m. because I had nowhere to go. And I was like, hey, Rob, like, what's up, man? What are you doing? Like, just to talk to him, to be like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, what's up, man? And I told him, I was like, look, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know where I'm at. And he was like, well, just come and crash here in the room that I'm at. Like, and, you know, so I showed up and she comes back from the bar at like 3 a.m. and she was like, yo, what's up, dogs? Like, and so
3 a.m. It was 8 a.m.
yeah, it was super early, or whenever she showed the fuck up. She was, God bless her. She's the whole thing. But I'm saying, anyways.
Fucking
So
Sarah.
she shows
Sarah?
up.
Fucking thank you, Sarah.
So Sarah, she was like, essentially was like, hey, can he stay? And he was like, that's fine, because there was another room. There was like a spare thing.
and
It
this
was
is
a
when
good
you
situation.
came out here. What made you guys go to California?
The rut.
The rut?
Well, that's
Just
for
the
him.
rut?
No, not me. Me, I was comfortable. I was just wanting to change it up.
That's called a rut.
Yeah.
I was. Hey man, you tell yourself whatever you need to keep going forward.
Well,
man.
what? Doesn't that make sense? Like, if you're doing the same thing and you're
Yeah.
in a loop, you're in a rut.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing a wheelbarrow
I don't know,
does.
man.
Jamie, can you look up the definition of rut?
That's so sick that you guys have a fucking Jamie, dog. Like, that's you and me. We're half the time we'll sit there and argue about something that doesn't even fucking like exist, and then we'll look at it and be like, oh fuck, bro. Like,
we
that
are
wasn't
very,
even-
we are very lucky.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell your story.
Well, I don't know. For me, I've traveled like every few years. I move countries. I move states.
Yeah, exactly.
That-
Tell Brian where you were you
I was born in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I grew up everywhere: Hong Kong, France.
Where in
yeah.
France?
Hit him with the.
Can you give him the mic just really
Yeah,
quick,
real quick.
Jamie?
A habit or pattern of behavior that has become dull and unproductive, but is hard to change.
Yeah, I guess that is a rut.
Yeah, but it wasn't hard to change.
He will never. I say will never.
Well, it
agree
wasn't-
with me. I
it
swear
wasn't
to
hard to change
God.
'cause you went to LA.
I swear to God.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I was like, I'm doing the same thing every day. Like, I could do this, I could do that, but I started writing. I'm like, I want to change it up, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess, it was like the mundane, but I was having fun.
How
but,
long were you in Arizona up until that point?
it was like 7 years. I was like, fucking.
You
Up
come
until
back and
up
forth,
until your
hadn't
film
you?
debut in Atomic Shark.
What?
Up until your film debut in Atomic
Yeah,
Shark.
right. Oh my God, that.
You were in Atomic Shark 2, like the actual Atomic Shark or the fucking other one?
No.
the one. Yeah, no, I was.
I was
That's
one-
actually that's how we. Well,
I was
we
telling
were
him,
all
I
on
was-
the same fucking.
Yeah, I told him that on
set.
the last podcast.
Crazy,
actually,
right?
About that.
That's the
Yeah.
universe showing.
Because
it
we
all
weren't-
up.
Synchronicity,
Yeah, we
brother.
weren't friends yet, but I have pictures of that.
Synchronicity.
And you guys are in the
Perfect, you're right,
background.
dog.
Yeah.
But yeah. But what were
Wow,
you saying?
damn, you are
Stephen, I think?
fucking pals and
Yeah,
tees,
I'm
man.
a loud guy. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, it's a different mic. That's
Man, it's
we can only
No,
afford
less
just
stronger.
3 of these. What's up? No, he's good.
How long were you in France for?
Well, I lived in France a little over 3 years, but I had my mom was French, so like
Do you remember it? Like, are you?
Yeah, I was living there as an adult with my wife, and like
No
I had
fucking
stuff,
shit.
and,
What was that like? Dude, you don't know how
I actually
bad I want to
dislike
live.
it,
Really?
yeah.
I want to live in fucking like France, fucking.
I'd live in Turkey before I lived in France. For me,
England. I want to live in. I just want to
Yeah.
try them out.
Yeah.
Go
I just
through
want to
Europe
try
for a
them
little
yeah,
out.
well,
bit.
check them out. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. If you don't know them, check them
Yeah.
out.
But I want to do it for like 2-3 years.
That's the smart way.
Hell yeah.
That's the smart way for sure.
And just sow your seed, dog.
Yeah.
Johnny Appleseed
So
style.
Well, out of all the places you've lived, what's your favorite?
Like
where
that
would
I've lived.
yeah, that
Again,
would-
Istanbul is kind of like
Yeah.
in my heart. Just
Yeah,
that's
because, like,
home though, right?
Yeah, it like feels like home. Just
Where does
'cause-
LA rank?
LA is a good time. It's just a city, another
Yeah.
city to me. It's fun, and the fun thing is, it's got definitely the Hollywood flavor. You don't know, you could be standing in line and it's like Mr. T or somebody like that, which did happen to me. But
Loud
Where's
as
your
fuck.
Where's your shop? That do you work at?
it's
shop
on
at?
Sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
I'm right.
probably get
I'm right
some-
across
some-
the Viper. I'm next to the whiskey.
He's
So
got all
smack
kinds of
dab in the middle of
motherfuckers.
it.
Yeah.
He's had all kinds of motherfuckers.
Like, so-
walking around like every day, fucking like hot ass.
All day, bro.
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
It's crazy because the women's
But I
scale
don't
is
like them.
wild over there.
Like those.
Same
they
with the
piss me
guys'
off.
scale though.
They don't.
They're-
They don't make. They're kind of annoying actually, because they try to get by with their looks.
And the dudes are
Yeah.
attractive
And-
too. And you're like, it's everybody's attractive.
And it's the
in that
worst
bitch.
place to date because
It is.
everyone's trying to get one better. Oh, I'm dating you right now.
But then if they meet
But-
someone
but that's
higher,
a little
more,
higher up.
Yeah, they gotta work
Speed
their way up.
dating.
Yep.
Everything's
it
a stepping.
is.
Everyone's a stepping
Yeah.
stone. So
Yeah.
I actually got really lucky by finding someone that was.
Yeah, Jane's
um,
cool as fuck.
Yeah. No, I did. I actually.
Of course he says that when Jane's not here.
No, she'll never tell her in her face.
They'll never tell that dumb bitch in the face. Get back in the kitchen.
Well, explain to Brian about you have a third member now, pretty much. That's part of the podcast,
Well, I
right?
mean,
Jane's
dude,
part of the. She's on the.
She's on the whatever she's doing, whatever she.
No, I mean she's
actually right to. She's getting her whole thing done up today because tomorrow she's shooting a music video.
She has a music video being shot tomorrow, so she wanted to be here today, but she has all her.
Shout out to Jane.
Women.
It's
shout out
on
to
Tempe
Jane.
Town Lake.
For what band, or do you know? Or?
It's for one of her songs that she did with the producer.
Oh, she's the band.
She's the
Yeah,
singer.
Jen does
wow.
music.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So does
I'm
she
thinking
go,
like extra work.
No.
Yeah.
Does she go under her name? What does she?
She goes under Jane Devon.
Sweet, hell
And you can find her on iTunes.
Yeah,
Nice.
fuck yeah, dude.
And she's all of her information's on our.
She's a vocal coach. You know, she
Yeah.
just does this stuff on the side. And like one thing blew up kind of a little bit in Italy. Kind of had hit the charts a little bit. You know, stupid shit like that. You
Yeah,
know?
she's
cool.
Berkeley.
She
trained,
loves it.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
a great
mean?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
one
pro.
of one of our buddies. His sister-in-law is in a band that they're not very. They're decent size here. I mean, they got a nice size following, but they're like huge over in Europe. So they go tour Europe all the time.
My buddy Atoll.
Kyle's sister-in-law was in that band,
yeah,
Love Me
yeah.
Nots,
Yeah.
and now they're called the Darts.
That's Love Me Nots is pretty cool though.
That's one of the greatest band names ever, isn't it?
I've never.
The Love Me Nots.
The
That's
Love Me
my,
Nots.
That is
All
up
right.
there. My top 5 favorite band.
What was
names.
that Monkey in the Barrel band that you
My
wanted to
idea.
call?
No, I want to call my band Chimps Ahoy, and had a bunch of black dudes in sailor suits on the cover.
I always wanted to call my band Chiefed and High as Fuck.
Ooh,
That's
that's
good.
cool.
That's
I
good.
like that.
I think the greatest band name of all time is Anal Cunt.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is pretty
that's a
good.
good
That's
one
one
too.
of- yeah,
Just because of that also goes along, like if you know what they sound like and what they sing
yeah.
about, that just makes it even better.
Oh yeah. They're
One
super
title
fucking legit.
bands though, like are kind
Dude,
of
I
like.
am pulling the ultimate oompa right now.
Regarding, yeah.
Oh,
It went out. Jesus.
it's all good.
Mark
man.
that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I
Oh.
am being the ultimate oompa. Oh, shout out to Oompa. Where the fuck
To
are you?
Oompa.
Where the fuck is Oompa?
Rip Van Hyman.
Rip Hyman's, yeah.
Where the fuck is Rip? We haven't seen
What
Rip in
a
a while
gangster
either.
dude.
That's the cue, Rip.
Hey, just
No,
pops
just kidding.
right through.
He comes out the
kicks
curtain
door
somehow.
down. Oh, I wouldn't.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh Jesus.
But
No, it's here. It's I shouldn't even put
You
it
wanna-
in the barrel.
But yeah, so then we hit that point and we were just like, let's go to California. Well, I keep saying we.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he says whatever he says, and then I'm gonna say the rut because it's a lot easier to say rut, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna sit here and bog you down with that shit.
Mhm.
But it was the same thing. I was gonna start everything all over again. I was gonna do the same thing and hit the same thing. I was gonna get comfortable in that house.
Change it up.
And I was like, why not go and do that? So we had
Yeah,
a
we communicated because like the common ground was the house. You know, he was on that side, I was on this side, and common.
It was a
ground
great
the kitchen.
house. The way that was set up, like the scenario could have been where I could have been there for 2 or 3 years, me and this dude, and like we could have just been sitting there bullshit.
And then one day we were like, hey, you want to move to LA?
Yeah,
yeah.
let's fucking give it a go. I wish I would have done something.
He was
like
like,
that,
he was
dude.
such a comic fan, and he was like, we obviously had the same like ideas of what it was, and we knew what we were doing, and like we knew what we were doing. We were just like, why didn't we? And so, I mean, I've always said it.
So you do. Hold on. Do you do the stand up stuff? Do you
Right.
do you dabble in stand up?
You know, the only time I did stand up was in high school, and it was for a project. I killed, and I was like, I don't know, but no, not now.
I killed.
I would
this
fucking.
guy.
I killed. It was a
dude,
performance art thing, and I had the people laughing. And after that, I was like, it was scary
You
as
got
fuck.
it. You got any material?
Sam.
No.
He-
Let's see.
Yeah,
I got any material. Actually, I was laughing about one the other day. I was like, I need to talk about this.
Your material, not someone else's material.
Yeah, my material, motherfucker. Let's hear your material, stand-up guy.
I do my material right now on
Yeah,
the
do it.
regular.
Write it- yeah.
I live my life.
Actually, Sam writes scripts and shit, right? Brian says you've been fucking getting crazy on that lately.
Well,
Dude, that's fucking.
yeah.
I love that shit. That
Actually, I see on your story too. You fucking.
Well,
dude
that was
knocking
one of
them
the
out.
things that the dish.
You can't just take a hit and pass
The
it without
dish,
the dish.
dear.
Jesus.
No, we don't need the dish. I just put it there in case you need the
Then
dish.
hold on to the fucking dish.
Goodness.
Fuck.
You're like this.
Yeah, I don't want
The
to
odd
touch
couple.
edges.
Well, one of the big things, the thing that I attribute is a two-parter. One is Sam, to be honest. Sam's one of those dudes, and Keith too. That
pushing
just
you to
kinda,
do shit.
Well, they just do it. Is an
Yes.
interesting aspect, you know. And I'm kind of like you
Yes.
in that. And as a Brian, I we're very capable, but I don't do anything until I'm backed up. Until
I
I'm at the
fucking
very
know exactly
end.
what you're talking
And then
about.
I pull off a miracle Will Ferrell move in Old School, and then I breathe really hard and go, I can't believe I did that.
And every time you tell yourself that you're not going to do that again, and you just fucking happens.
Two Brian spelled with a Y.
You know,
What?
and that's not to
The
say
rareness. The rareness.
Wow, man. That's
yeah,
like-
weird, right?
Yeah.
you guys must have like this, like what type blood do you got?
Do you want to hear
I know,
something
can you
even
imagine the
crazier?
match?
Here's something even crazier.
It's called
So,
AIDS.
Hold on to your fucking dish.
I show up today with my brother. I find as soon as I walk in, I meet Brian, and we find out we're both with the Y's. And then like 15 minutes later,
Blowing each other.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, get the fuck out. Podcast canceled.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay. And then they cleaned up. And
15
here we
minutes
are.
later, he tells me there's this dude on Game of Thrones that
Oh, yeah.
that is the documentary is about.
That's not, yeah. It's not all about it.
It's like this
kind of.
extra that the documentary is about.
Uh-huh.
His last name's my same last name.
Have you seen
McClay.
Final Watch?
His name's
No.
McClay.
Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
No.
He
Oh, okay.
hasn't
and
seen it.
it's in Ireland, dude. It's the dudes. It takes place in Northern Ireland.
He's probably related to y'all.
How fucking crazy is that?
Let's
Look
get
up-
him
look
in.
him up.
It's so
Look up
rare.
David
Well, guess
McClay.
who we brought now?
Yeah.
Wait, what was his name?
Andrew McClay.
Was it Andrew? Are you sure?
Yes, I think it was Andrew McClay.
That's cool.
No, wait.
No, it wasn't Andrew.
It started
That's so
with an
cool to
A.
have
I
it,
keep on
Jamie.
saying
Sounds
David,
pretty
but
Irish.
that's your uncle.
What?
That's so cool to have it, Jamie.
Look
Oh,
up
yeah,
Game
I
of
know,
Thrones.
right?
Just to
Like
put Game
cool,
of Thrones
Look up
after
Game
it.
of Thrones extra,
I feel like he needs a table, though.
McClay.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones
Yeah.
extra McClay.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, not weird.
Fire.
We just started doing two different podcasts.
All right, so welcome back, guys.
That's him right there. That's him. That's
Oh,
him right
sick.
there. How fucking crazy is that? So that's fucking what we call synchronicity on this show.
And that's what it looks like today, right?
Doesn't that look like McClay?
Yeah,
He
fucking
does.
That's what
Fuck
Ireland
He
looks
could
like,
be
right?
You, bro. He looks like he could be y'all.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe not the nose. The nose.
That's
part.
Brian,
Grow the
dude.
beard out a little more. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
you got some.
Look,
type
he's
of
a homeless
McClay
version
roots,
of
know
you.
what I'm
That dude's
So,
badass.
dude, we should contact him. We're trying to get him on the fucking podcast.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You could Skype through with
Yeah,
him. Do it the
fucking-
way that you got the
yeah,
Google Plus thing.
You could just
Hangout
fly him
that
in.
shit. Google
just
Hangout
fly
on
that
your, on
shit.
your on your tab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
On-
Just put
on
it
the-
on the
just put it
Absolute
on the
Geek Podcast
Yeah,
tab.
Yeah, we'll put it on
Exactly.
the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Yeah,
tab.
boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. These two guys, you know, they were both addicts. You know, they beat those things cold turkey and did it without any gust. This dude went
Man,
from
putting
being,
my business out. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
I don't give a shit.
This
Yeah.
dude went from being like 110 pounds to being like 200, like dug himself out of a hole and just was like a gangster. And I was like, that's cool, because I like to surround myself by gangster people. And it's always been that way. As if I'm the lowest person of the people that I'm hanging out with,
Bloods.
that's what it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you want to keep.
because
Yeah, you want to.
that's the goal.
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with people that make you better.
Exactly. And that's why I've always liked your guys' podcast, because I feel that in the sense that, like, you know, Keith does what he does and you do what you do and you have such a mutual respect for each other.
I actually came up with like a quote in regards to that. That's so that because I you know you always see those cheesy quotes and stuff. I was like, oh, I actually came up with a quote in the shower one day, and it was surround yourself with ambitious people. If they're not on your page, then they don't belong in your book.
There you
There
go.
you go.
And I fully believe that. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's off a bar napkin.
I know.
No,
Don't tell him.
Probably.
I think
It
that's
was-
off a margarita.
I think I read that
can.
when I was.
It was like in a
car
fortune
wash.
cookie from Panda
I
Express.
was I was sitting there looking at all the Hallmark cards. in the
I'm
car
pretty
wash.
sure it was in that
Yeah,
book we just
don't- hey,
looked up.
Don't
Is that on his shirt?
don't Google that. Don't Google that.
Zoom in on that right now.
Or it was like pieces. He was fucking.
I have one of those pictures.
The
Like, I
usual
just have the
suspects.
saying.
You Kaiser Soze it.
Kaiser
You're like,
Soze
"Oh,
every little piece. You never Ari Shafired until you Stephen Wrighted within the ruins. Fuck.
Wow, we took
But,
that on way.
And then the other portion of it was I wrote a script. Because I was like, I just want to write a script, like, and I just want to see if I can do it, like, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I wrote a script and I sold it. It like, and
Really?
it was the
That
yeah,
was
yeah, it was
cool.
the first thing I ever sold, and it was for $300, and I was
Wow.
like,
It was a gay what was
gay
it?
super agent story where they didn't know you didn't know that they were together.
It was Mr. and
that they
Mrs.
were
Smith,
gay.
but gay.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And I wrote it. And shout out to Will Jackson, who's an amazing actor and producer. And he gave me a shot, just a random person, and was like, sure, man, like, write me this thing and I'll send you money. And I wrote it. You know, it was 15 pages. And he was like, okay, cool. And he gave me $300. And I was like, the first time where I was like, holy shit, like, I can do something that people will pay me to do, and I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a tattoo artist. Like, I don't have any discernible trait other than customer service, or
I hate tattooing though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Has it gotten that bad that you hate it? Something that you love that you hate?
Well, I got
now?
into it for money. Like,
he got into it for the money.
For the money.
For the money and the whores.
Yeah.
But you've always mentioned like you don't want to do that
No, I don't want to do that for
it's
it's backbreaking work. I don't have insurance. What the fuck,
Well, it goes along with the thing, like, because what you were saying with you actually got paid for the writing. I don't even know if I got paid for it, if I could do it. I fucking hate writing.
Yeah. Well, you gotta like it. Honestly,
that's what I mean.
It's working out.
I fucking hate writing.
This last week, I've probably spent 10 hours more, writing.
And if anything,
and I've gotten maybe 10 pages.
And like
Just
that's a
force
testimony,
yourself to do
like
it.
of what those dudes or what all of us are capable of doing. Because the minute I wrote one and we were writing, I stopped writing. I was still doing it, but there was other stuff that I was doing. And then he was like, "Nah, fuck it." He was like, "I said I was gonna write." And he was like, "I'm gonna become
I said
a
10.
writer.
They said 10 to 20 scripts. You will sell at that point. Like there's no.
So he was like, "Fine, I'll just write."
I'm on script number 7. And I'm already sitting. The other day I was reading with the Lawnmower Man. Remember Lawnmower Man?
Yeah, fucking A, I do.
Yeah, I was sitting with that guy with the lady that she called me in because she's selling a movie. Like my writer circle is like
Surround yourself with top-notch people.
And here's the other crazy thing. I was listening to a podcast.
Really cool.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but Keith knows about this. I haven't been I've been off of work for a little bit, so I fucking kind of like flip my schedule. Like I'm up at night all the time. So I'll take my dog on these long fucking walks at night. I'll get stoned and then I'll just fucking take my dog on these long, like 3-hour walks.
Damn.
And I'll throw on like a podcast like Rogan or something. But anyway, so I listen.
Or this, that, and the other. Available on all iTunes streaming platforms and YouTube. Oh man, we're so stupid. Our show is so bad, bro.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
So
Watch it.
I was listening to this one podcast, and this dude said the way it is out there right now is you hear about these people, and just the silliest things happen that are so infinitesimally small that causes them to like meet the right person, and they're a fucking millionaire, or they're in a major they're a major writer, they're in a fucking acting in a major thing, and they were just 2 months ago, just got there.
California is literally musicians too. It's literally thrown that in our face.
But what people don't know, now don't get this wrong, you're working. There's a lot of talent against you. You have to have the work ethic. You have to you have to know what you're doing
something.
Because once they hire you for something, they're gonna smell it out real quick if you're bullshit or not.
Yeah, and
so
you better adapt.
You can lie your way in, but can you? That's the thing I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people who actually are great bullshitters that got in, did something, and then they just fucking disappear. And it's the people who are like, it's like building a slow arm. Like you just gotta really work at it and then that's how you go forward. But yes, that's the place where it happens. There's luck over there because you're surrounding yourself with the people in
and
the
it's
industry.
who you know. A lot of it is built on who you are and who you know, and just
we got to get the right people to see your scripts and read them,
And like it's the quality of it. You want to have something good. You want to be able to reach into your back pocket and be like, hey, I have a story about a giant lizard, or oh, you need a ghost story? I got you. Or you need 2 gay ducks. And physically impossible. Ducks can't be gay.
How many scripts do you have now?
I'm working on my 7th right now.
7th, and do you?
Only that I feel comfortable that I would put into any competition right now is 2. Because the rest I have to. Now that I'm learning, now that I'm actually with like industry professionals, I'm looking at my older scripts, going, oh, I need to reformat this. I need to redo it this way.
Do you have any
want
to shoot these scripts instead of just writing them? Do you have any want to shoot them?
not what I write. I would need like I go off the scale with my
What
with my
about-
budget.
Yeah.
With my budget.
I got an idea. What about hooking up with an artist and doing a graphic novel?
I've thought of that, especially for my sci-fi one.
That's
But
a
I was
great idea.
thinking about
Fucking
Netflix.
do it, bro.
I was thinking of Netflix anime movie.
You could, but you
Yeah.
could jump right into that. I mean, do you follow comics much?
Like, oh yeah,
That was the part that I was excited about. Tell him about
Okay.
that interview that you met with
Oh,
the dude
yeah.
of the other. He got to
Um,
meet
Neil, you know who Neil Adams is?
Neil Adams.
for Batman.
He's probably like the he gave us what comics is at now. So
Yeah.
back in like the 60s, yeah, he'll bring up Neil Adams art.
Oh, okay, I know his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Is that what Batman got his back broken and shit?
Yeah. Well,
That's
way
the
before
same.
it.
That's the same artwork though from
Yeah.
back then.
So Chris, will you show the
You mean Jamie?
number 85 Green Lantern number 85?
Is
Oh,
he
this is
the,
the
is he
baddest.
the artist or is he the?
He's the artist, but he was a team with a writer. So
Yeah.
he teamed with a writer. Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil was the name of the team.
Okay.
Denny O'Neil was the writer, Neil Adams was the artist. They wrote some of the greatest comics that have ever been written, storylines, complete artist. So this is it, okay? So they were writing Green Lantern at the
I
time.
remember that one where he's doing heroin.
So this
Sick, a
yeah.
junkie.
this cover changed my life.
DC attacks youth's greatest problem.
Yeah. So,
Drugs.
So
My
This-
ward is a junkie.
this guy who drew this is a really famous artist, and I got a chance to interview him, right?
That's cool.
I'm really scared because he even said, he's like, my buddies who set it up, they're like, he's a big fan. He's like, well, he better have good questions.
Oh.
And this guy he's like, he's been around, so he's kind of tired of dealing with fucking comic fans. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I tried to think of good questions to talk to him. I didn't get to fucking ask him any of those questions because I sit down and start talking to him, and I bring up this cover and I start telling him, so this cover has been something that I've used in my life to help people in my life who have been in that situation. And the way it kind of works is the people who are around you when you're like down and out and you're struggling like that, your family and shit, sometimes they don't know what to do to help.
They don't even know.
They don't even know,
Dude,
right?
just beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him.
But this kind of shows this is kind of made it easy for me to say this can happen to anybody. If this can happen to this person, then the house mom down the street
Yeah.
who's struggling on fucking pills
Yeah.
is going through the same fucking shit. And
Yeah.
that's where she's going to be unless she gets some help,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but this helped me get out of my shit, right? So I kind of use this
He went
as
through
like,
the same shit.
yeah. So
Oh, it was great. It was great.
it was, you know what's
Yeah.
funny? You know what's
Hey,
funny?
it's that karmic
We joked
scale.
that we're gonna do it again in our 70s.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
for sure.
Dude, oh
You know,
yeah.
and this
Well,
was,
for
you know what's
sure.
funny about it? It sucked.
Yeah.
It really sucked. But when you get around people that have done it and you start talking war stories, it kind of is cathartic.
Yeah, true.
But you will not do it unless you're around people that have been through it. Like you don't want, like I don't want to talk about it unless you've been around it, or if you want to talk about it. But sometimes it's cathartic when
Yeah.
you're talking about it in a joking way.
Yeah.
So-
I man, I always have to joke about it because if not, then I'm just gonna be upset about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So.
But it's like you said. So, anyways, I start talking to him about this, and he's like, and he fucking shoots off one of the craziest stories about how he decided to draw that cover, how he gave the publishers the cover, and they said, "Fuck no, we're not doing
They're
this
like,
story."
whoa.
They're like, "No way, we're not doing the story," and he's like, "No, you need to. This needs to be done."
This is the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Back when the heroin epidemic was at its fucking largest, especially in the Bowery and the fucking
Yeah.
garment district in New York and shit.
Yeah, New York was fucking.
Yeah.
real.
So
Be careful.
yeah. So they're like, no. The publisher's like, we're not going to do it. Stan Lee at Marvel heard this, and Stan Lee wrote up a quick story, kind of like taking the idea, shot it to press, and totally didn't even put the comic code on it because the comic code wouldn't have passed it. So they ran it without the comic code, and nobody even fucking noticed.
Damn.
Nobody even noticed.
I didn't know that. I thought the comic code was
So
just
wait,
like a...
I'm sure that's worth something. I'm sure.
And fuck yeah, and he's fucking telling us this story in this
That's
interview.
fucking sick.
I didn't even get to ask him any of the
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
that I written down.
Dude, that's how you know it's a good interview.
Exactly.
When you
Yeah.
have 10 questions, you get maybe 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
and
Goes off,
then
Yes,
yeah.
and that was what that story is so great because I didn't even get to ask him one of those questions. It was one of the coolest fucking things.
That's cool,
I got
man.
to connect with him.
You
He's
just say where you can find it. It's online, isn't it?
it is. It's on YouTube. You can see it. Absolute Geek
Hell yeah.
interviews Neil Adams.
Super cool.
It says New York Mayor Lindsay wrote a letter to DC in response to the issue commending them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty sick,
Yeah.
bro. That's
Yeah, because
cool.
I remember watching something about this. I believe I have some, because I have thousands of comics. I actually have thousands. Like I have every Captain America from 100 on up. When it actually
Yeah,
became
yeah.
Captain America to like
Yeah,
450.
yeah. You got some of the Stranko
I
shit.
got-
some of the
I
really
got-
bad art. Some
Yeah.
of the best art in the '70s, man.
I got every Wolverine first appearance on all the way to Wolverine till maybe
that first appearance of Wolverine right now.
Yeah.
That can be anywhere from a $5,000 to a $100,000 comic, depending
Yeah.
on the condition.
Well, yeah, and there's a coupon not cut out. I got all
you know
of
what
it.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you got it.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got
All
it. Yeah.
181.
Remember
Got
that
the
one
coupon.
time? Coupon kiting?
Yeah.
No, there's a coupon that was in the
Yeah.
back that you get
Yeah.
it
This
all together.
He knows,
motherfucker-
he knows.
I know what it is.
Well, wasn't it like a proof of purchase?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it
yeah.
was a Marvel stamp.
Yeah.
They had the
Oh,
stamp
yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you send them in, and then you get something.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah. So I have a bunch of them, and I know about that.
And if anything, that's almost like a reason why he was, is script writing or like movies, because he was like, it's just fucking comic
well,
books.
no,
on
that's
film.
what I
Right.
actually started as a kid was drawing.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to
You
do.
should-
I went to school for comics.
Yeah.
But that translates great to, at this point, because I went to art schools and shit like that.
But look at everything that's huge right now in the movie world and the TV world. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
It's
But-
coming either straight from the books or from the writers of those books.
Dude, when
Exactly.
I write and I have to picture the scene or I draw it out, it's how it would be in a comic book. That I don't.
that's fucking badass.
yeah, I
bro.
have to do it because I'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, because it's literally frame by frame, like what you would see.
Yeah.
Obviously, the car will go like this, the frame's on an angle, so and so's like this.
That's
that
how I like
dude's
to
in the
read
shadow.
scripts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to read them
Yeah.
like
Do
that
they?
too.
Well, they
like we were talking about
they
that
like
earlier.
storyboard and shit.
It's
in
essentially
movies.
storyboarding.
Well,
it's
we're
a
talking
giant, it's
about-
a giant comic. Yeah.
We were talking about earlier about the different kinds of scripts. Like there's Christopher Nolan. It's very descriptive. He talks about every single shot that he's
Do
getting.
you guys do? Because when I talk to Keith about this stuff, he's got those people. He's got a certain group of people. What are those group of people that you guys really look at and just you admire the most that are in the script writing trade? Is there people out there that you look at that you go, they're fucking
Script writing's one of those things that I've seen that just it's different, and each person has a different, unique kind of feel. And scripts are weird to read because they're not books. Like the slug lines are tight. You know what I mean?
But
Like
it's weird because like reading in the class that I've been reading in, I'm reading everyone's scripts, and everyone are from there. Some of them are really professional. Some of them are newer and blah 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 blah. But some of them are so eloquent. Oh my god! Like
It's like a poem.
They fucking
Yeah.
kill it. And tight. It feels it's so good. And then you read someone else's and you're like, man, there's so much meat on this bone.
Mhm.
Like, come on.
That's how I feel when I read Christopher Nolan scripts. Like I read The Prestige recently,
Yeah.
and I feel like, man, this is fucking
Perfect.
so good. Like,
Yeah.
the cuts,
To
the
the
shots,
fucking T.
because there's narration going on while other shots are going on. And,
Yeah.
of course, I've seen the movie, so I have it in my head, while I'm reading it. But I don't know. It's just,
But
but I've read
take-
other scripts too that are just kind of messy and even professional ones. from,
professional
like,
grade scripts that are just chunky.
more like episodic.
Remember
ones and shit,
Alien? When I
Yeah.
bought Alien, it was just one line.
Yeah.
One line.
Clean,
Yeah.
One
fucking
line.
neat.
One line. It was
Yeah.
weird. It
So,
was a
I
little
mean,
too clean.
it just
but
kinda
it was-
depends,
It
you know?
gave the feeling of like coldness. But to answer your question, you know who I've been really looking at recently for like storytelling, let's say, is Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what?
You know?
I've a couple of the podcasts I listen to have that same thing has been brought up
Yeah.
lately.
Dude, I don't know what it is about him. He's starting to get that. He got it perfect. Creed,
He's had it perfect
Yes.
since fucking Rocky.
Out
Look
the
at the way
gate.
Rocky
Off
is
the rip.
written, bro.
Off the rip, the first
Obviously,
thing he
way
ever
back then, I
wrote.
just mean like, but now it's like
But that's what's so amazing about it also is that when you learn that history, like a lot of people don't realize how amazing that is, that the very first thing he wrote was Rocky, and they were like they didn't want him to do the play it, none of that shit.
Yeah.
It was a to the death script to this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
gave
And
away
he
his
pulled it
dog.
off.
Yeah.
He gave away his dog.
Pulled it
Fuck,
off.
dude.
For the.
I
What
couldn't
a
give away my
time.
Now I
dog.
don't like
Yeah.
him.
I couldn't
And
give
then-
my yeah.
and
I
then
couldn't
bought
give
it
him.
back.
Fuck him.
Hey man,
Oh, we got it
Fuck.
back.
He got
Now
it back.
fuck.
Yeah, we
Oh,
bought
he got it
everything
back.
back. Yeah,
Okay,
no. As
cool,
soon as he
cool.
sold the script, he came
Cool.
back and he got
Okay,
everything.
cool. Cool.
So
I
I
was
was
about
like-
to say
he's like,
fuck
hey,
him.
yo.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Fucking
say,
hell.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
you beat me. I imagine
yo.
Stallone's there staring at his dog and he's like, I'm gonna come back for you.
dog's
man."
name is Adrian, which is ironic.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
oh, Adrian.
Yeah.
But
Jamie, look, tell me if that's fucking real. No.
It- it
No, yeah,
is.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least that's what I heard. No, he said it. He said
No,
it
the
himself.
dog being Adrian.
Oh, Adrian?
You
No.
goof. You
No, I'm
nut.
thinking
Do you,
of-
do you
I'm
have
thinking about
a
selling the dog.
do you have a writing schedule like that you try to stick to, or just when inspiration comes, do you force yourself to write?
If inspiration does come, and that's great. Who said it? What the fuck was it?
I think it was Bob Dylan who
No,
said.
it comes down to someone that I really admire, somebody that
You must
is
not admire him that much if you don't remember
I
him.
can't remember. It's bugging me. But he says, look, inspiration is great, but inspiration is like NOS. Like it goes away quick.
So you have to write that shit down.
No. What it is you need to.
Sorry. He sold Butt Kiss, his dog, for $40, and then when he bought him back, the man's charged him $15,000.
Oh,
That's
fucking
fucked
Sylvester
up.
Stallone's a bad
That's
motherfucker,
fucked
dude.
up, dog.
I would've done
He's
that.
a bad
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he probably just gave it to him. He's like, thanks, man, for
Yeah.
holding on. You fed him well. Here's
Yeah,
50.
fuck yeah.
There you
man.
go.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
a good
At
way
least
to
he
look
didn't
at it.
sell him. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it saying?
Oh, that your dude that inspired you can't remember his name, but he told you inspiration's
yes.
like Nas.
Oh, okay. So basically, it comes down to you have to put. It's just when you're inspired, it is what it is, but it goes away quick. When you're not inspired, you have to be able to sit down and write it. And when that happens, it takes me about 45 minutes before I'm in the zone. But inspiration, you sit down, it's 5 minutes.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So do you write when you like when you're not even feeling it? Like you just start
Yes.
writing and
Yeah.
force yourself. Okay,
That's the
and,
thing.
and then if I don't feel it, I just read it.
yeah.
And
That's a good idea.
And
yeah.
when I'm reading it, I start correcting things, and then
Adding
by the time I get
things,
to the
you wanna
end,
start
changing
writing.
things.
I'm already writing.
Yeah, because
I'm
I
on that
was
road.
telling Brian earlier, like I started writing a script too. I'm like in the third act, and I just started committing to a thing. I forgot who I heard say it, but just waking up an hour earlier a day and just writing a page a day.
That's my favorite time
And,
to write. So
yeah,
first thing in the
and
morning.
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't do it every single day, but I almost do. And a page isn't much
Yeah.
actually.
But it's something.
And sometimes I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, I don't really have an idea right here. And sometimes I force it, sometimes I don't. So
Yeah.
I'm always interested to ask other people because I'm so new to this. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
What you should do if you really don't feel like writing, just edit it. Just edit what you have.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
and then by the time
Actually, it is what I
or
kinda
do your
yeah.
outline. A lot of people forget
I
to
know
do
the
their
outline.
outlines.
I do
you
know
know
the
that.
outline.
Well,
I know-
you look back and read over the outline. If you don't want to
Yeah,
write
yeah.
or you don't have anything to look back and edit on, look back on your outline. That should be
sometimes
done
I'll work
already.
out and focus on the story, and then it'll happen. But
Do you have anything that helps you? Do you have any external thing? Music,
boards of Canada?
weed, yeah, fucking weed.
Boards of Canada.
I fucking listened to Boards of Canada.
Boards
before.
of
Fuck
Canada and weed. That's all I need. I always listen to Boards of Canada. In my
Yeah.
life, for some reason, it works.
I just put
Yeah.
TV on in
You
the
ever
background.
listen to Sleep Token?
No.
Dude, you gotta check out this band Sleep Token, bro. They're
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There's very few bands in the last 10 years that I've been like geeked out for. Within the Ruins is one of them, and another one is this band Sleep
Yeah,
Token.
you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to write that down because I'm gonna forget it.
Yeah.
But you need to let me know.
They're fucking bad.
Well,
as
good thing
fuck.
that it's going to be available on YouTube and
Yeah.
iTunes. That's the Bogcast.
Make sure you get all the cameras.
At all, yeah, yeah. We're
Are we good on time?
Um,
We're good, right?
Yeah, what's the fucking time? I totally forgot.
110.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left.
Okay,
So again, just to wrap it all up, if you're inspired, do it, but that's fleeting. You have to have determination and hard work, and
Yes.
and that's the thing that makes it through. Because inspiration,
Force
when I
yourself.
do have inspiration, I have to jump. You jump on it. That's
Yeah.
great. Jump on it. But dude, there's some days if you just get one page a day.
Yeah,
It takes
I tried
you-
to.
it'll
Yeah,
take
if
you, what,
you'll have
4 months?
365 pages a
It'll
year.
take you
That's a lot.
Dude,
465.
365.
Okay, I thought you
no,
said
a
400.
script is
I
80.
probably-
Where'd you get that extra
a
100
script is about
days?
80 pages.
Mhm.
A page a day, man. You're done in 4 months, 3 months, 4
Yeah.
months. Some days I get 5
But that's the
pages,
thing.
10 pages.
That's like minimum. Like if I'm going, I'm not gonna stop at
Yeah.
one page.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get like fucking 3, 5, 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just do the one, and I might
I
not
have
like
a lot
it.
of scripts that they have to, because I bring my iPad, so they email me the PDFs of all
Yeah.
these people's scripts. I could, they'd be cool. This is just if you just want to read it.
Right, but I mean that's their
Just one more
stuff,
question though, really quick.
Yeah. I mean,
when you start the script, and you have an idea for the story, do you already know where the story is gonna go, like the beginning, middle, and end, or do you kind of just know the beginning and then just see where it goes?
So I've done it where I've outlined the whole thing. I've done it where I don't know where it's going, and that's also fun because I can't wait to go home to write because I want to know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
The one that I'm writing right now, I had this idea of literally ripping off First Blood, but as a female. But it's what's that movie where the girls are on the not Thelma and Louise, but
Sounds like your first period. Is that what?
yeah, First
Yeah,
Period.
that's what we were saying. That's what I said.
No,
yeah.
so like that's the name that's whatever.
Yeah, I had the same reaction.
But that was the seed in my head. I was like, okay, let's have a rape.
The seed.
I know. And so
Period.
as I started pumping into the script,
Blood.
blood.
Oh, women. Oh, sorry.
But
Pot.
no, I was like, I just got to this class with this guy. It's like a one-on-one with this guy, and he was like, do you want to edit one of your older scripts, or do you want to do a new script? I was like, look, I'm just going to see the process with you, so I'm just going to come up with a story real quick. I had a week, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a female kind of Harrison Fordy, like on the, what's that movie where he's on the run? Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
The Fugitive meets like First Blood meets blah, 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 blah. She's a veteran. I'm doing women's thing. I'm doing that. I'm going to hit all these topics. And then she becomes famous, internet famous, as she's on the run. And like, so it's going to be this whole thing. And so I just came up with, I was like, in a week, I was like, here's an idea. And he's like, okay, let's do it. So this is one just to see his process. But the story right now, it's coming out pretty good. I'm on page 50, and I'm like, okay, now I know. Okay, yeah, now it's starting to bubble up.
How long have you been doing it for?
What? How long has it been?
I'd probably say about like 4 months now.
You have
5
a
months.
title?
Oh, with this script? Yeah.
No, a little less than that, bro. Because you've only been doing that. No, it's been about 4 months
Yeah.
actually.
What program do you use?
Final Draft.
Final Draft.
Final
Big shout
Draft.
out to Final Draft.
Yeah,
That shit we
it's
got.
just easy.
Yeah, we got a couple copies at the very beginning, and we did all that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I wrote a few of them on my iPad.
yeah.
Final Draft on iPad.
Good times.
Yeah, that shit was weird because
I can't fuck with Mac. I just can't. I can't.
I'm a Windows
stand
guy
it.
Type
I'm
everything,
like,
right?
It's like fucking
yeah.
braille to me, man.
Yeah. But just saying for my part, as like a guy who's a little closer to you as far as like the writing aspect of it, because at this point he knows you know what I'm saying. But for me, the outline when I wrote what I got paid for, I outlined that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting paid for this. Like it was like you know
need to
something
know
that
where
needed
to-
to
yeah.
be done. You know, the one that I'm been sitting on for like 2 years now.
I
That
thought you finished that one, or like we're
it's
just
so
like,
close. I have it, and it's literally the last 10
I
pages.
just told
that
him
I'm
like
in.
I told him when he got stuck, I was like,
He said,
just-
go to something else.
yeah, just start another one
Yeah.
because I have
Something
a lot of scripts that I've
Just keep
started.
that juice
Yeah,
Because
running.
I have another idea. Because as
Yeah.
I'm writing this one, I have like 3 other ones on deck, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to do that one. I'd rather do that one.
Yeah.
But no, I just keep going with this one.
And I can tell you the outline version came out cleaner, and it was there. It was clean. I knew what I wanted, beginning, middle, end, and so I'd always say, unless you're suddenly pulled by an insane J.K. Rowling urge, and you're like, the boy has glasses and this, that. I don't know how it's gonna end, but I'm really following it. Like I usually
just
you
know, and
outline
also the other thing that you really need to focus on is on every scene, know what the end game of the scene is. You know, think of it as like a upside down triangle. All this bullshit's happening, but it's got to focus in on the point that's going to bring it on to the next.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Every
And-
scene has to move the movie.
Yeah.
for
forward.
sure. Yeah.
So and even,
That has to have a purpose and a perspective, even
Yeah.
sometimes.
and, okay, you could be doing an avant-garde movie where it's just some
The
obscure
pancake
fucking,
flips, and there's a
Yeah.
clown in the background, and
and then
Everybody
later,
For some
dies.
Terrence Malick shit.
yeah.
exactly. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's just grind. Like he said, you're just hitting it hard,
Dude,
and just
and,
doing
and,
it hard.
yeah,
and-
I edit my shit and then I'm done with it and I go on to the next one. And then I look back on my old stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so much better. So there's that. you just keep hitting that next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So I mean, I'm ready for him to take a break so he can make these fucking thumbnails again because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm kind of struggling with this shit. But
Yeah. So let's talk about your podcast really quick.
yeah, since I just want to check the time.
Yeah.
and make
So
sure that
like,
we're
where
good.
can we find it? I know where to find it, but
So if you could describe this, that, and the other in one animal.
Well, you got to get a Ouija board first.
Okay. That's
And then-
better.
Fuck
And
Ouija
then-
boards. I can't fuck with Ouija
Dude,
boards,
but that's
man.
how you have to
Fuck
listen
them.
to it.
It's the
Oh,
only
bro,
way.
I
It's the
fucking
only
can't.
way, man.
And then you have to wrap that
You could
tinfoil
get
thing
but
on.
you could also
that,
get a
bro.
gypsy and a chicken. And
Yeah, but
Dude,
that's
I'm
much
too
harder.
afraid of ghosts, man. You guys,
Yeah?
you see that shit? That fucking his old apartment was fucking haunted, man.
Was it really the one
Yeah.
that was over there?
Yeah,
I'll
there
show
was
you
a
a
ghost
clip.
in one of our episodes.
I swear to God.
Oh,
Swear
the
to
thing that
God.
happened
his hand.
in your
Yeah,
hand.
with the squirt fucking can, dude.
That's
Fucking A.
crazy.
What
We'll
happened?
show you after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
show
on
it to you
the thing.
afterwards, dude.
But
I don't believe in none of this
I didn't
shit.
think it
I'm
was
sorry,
really-
I
bro,
don't believe
hey.
none of
Bro,
this
I don't
I didn't
believe in
think it
it,
was-
bro, but I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So I
Actually,
kind
I
of
just-
do
it's-
believe in it.
Watch this shit. Watch.
Yeah, here.
uh,
So just watch my hand.
Wait.
Look
Okay,
at-
I guess we can.
Right here.
so like we're getting in on that.
He's
interview.
talking about ghosts right now.
He
He's
does
talking.
EVPs. Watch.
Watch,
it.
watch my hand. You see that shit? What the? And I call it. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
You didn't have you know how the can caves in a little bit? And
No,
you go,
bro.
ping?
Look at it. No.
Watch it again.
Watch it again.
Whoa.
Watch it. Did you see that?
This is why.
Look at my reaction. Watch my reaction.
Ghost!
So, okay, did your hand twitch? Did you have a muscle fucking
No,
spasm?
Too much jacking off?
Yeah,
but here's,
That's
no,
not
here's if I would understand if it went like this,
You've
like
never
a
had a-
spasm like
you've
this,
never had a spasm?
not like this, not a spasm where like my whole hand goes like this.
Do you want to know? Okay,
I
so
don't-
what you don't see on the rest of it, I call him out. I go, yeah, right, bullshit, blah blah blah,
Right.
because I don't believe in it either.
But then you saw it.
But I edited this, and the reason why I only maybe kind of believe it is because I frame by frame the motherfucker, and like his reaction to it
Is real. Yeah,
Yes.
your reaction's
He goes
totally
like this.
real.
He goes like
You
this.
believe it.
There's
Yes.
one frame where he goes,
You
and then he goes like this, and he looks at me like
Yeah,
right
I
there,
saw-
and
I saw it.
he's like, yeah. If you look at him when he's looking at it, he's like, did it stop?
Yeah, I had to switch the battery out real quick.
Oh, okay. But did it stop during it at all?
I don't think so. I think it caught most of it.
Okay, cool. Anyway, we can wrap anyway because I want to.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
we got part 2 coming up.
But
so.
anyway, yeah, hit us up on this, that, and the other. iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. You can get me at Sam_tattoo
Make sure you turn that volume
13 on Insta. Any tattoos, you could hit your boy up.
But yeah, this, that, and the other. It's a great show. It's pretty much a variety show where you can sit down at the family dinner table and listen to us bitch. It's on everything. But-
And also if you just want to whack off and listen to two dudes. Just
yeah,
make no
just two dudes
sense.
bullshit, and Will Jane's there too.
Don't
but yeah,
listen to her. Well,
go give us a like. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Binge on This is the channel's name on YouTube. This, that, and the other on iTunes.
Well, it's binge on this, and again it's because we have reaction stuff and
yeah,
like,
there's a bunch of other
yeah.
stuff there too on YouTube to go check that out. But that's our plug. And then
Okay.
at Golden
This
Eye Full
camera, that
Studio,
camera,
yeah,
that
yeah. And then thank you guys.
There's
Honestly,
a couple
thank
hidden
you so
cameras.
much
I just
for,
can't tell you.
Oh,
for
shit.
having us on the show, and I really
Dude.
want to. I want to try and make sure that we do this more often, like
Fucking
almost like a not be out here for.
You
a
guys gotta,
funeral,
you guys gotta,
Yeah, yeah,
we gotta have McClay come
Hey,
out to
you got
LA.
nice tats, dude.
It would be great, dude, if you
like
came
it,
out
LA.
to
Yeah.
LA and we set up.
What's that?
Go out to LA and do that.
Yeah, yeah,
And do the
fucking A,
podcast out
fucking
there.
A, yeah.
But
love
and
to.
All right, guys, thanks for coming.
thank
on.
you
Thanks for
so
coming.
much, guys. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
My man, thank you so much.
And that's a wrap on the Bogcast, episode
wrap.
26.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take a quick roll.
Man, I hope we don't have neighbors above you.
Bang.